And welcome to another edition of Rapidfire. I'm your host, Steve Moore, bringing you the 411 on what's going on in and around Chester County. So glad to have in-house with us today Maggie James, chairman of the Chester County School Board, and if I may say, a classmate and an associate of mine. Welcome, Ms. James.
Thank you.
Now, Ms. James, when we talk about you, we know you are just full of history.
Yes.
We had the opportunity, I'm not going to say privilege, we had the opportunity of integrating the schools here.
That is correct. 45 years ago, was it?
Is it that long?
Yes.
It's been
46 now, I think, 2011.
She could be mistaken on the numbers, but a long time ago.
Yes.
And a lot of folks don't know, historic occasion, you were just a rock. This young lady didn't falter. She didn't waver. I remember you as just sometimes stoic.
Yes.
And we had to be. But I love thoughts about that.
Well, I guess, Earl, we were just being molded and shaped into what we have become now. And for that, I am thankful.
And it has been a molding process, folks, I can guarantee you. Ms. James, when we look at your career and how you've progressed, I think you were on the school board before.
I was.
And when was that?
From 1993 until January 2007.
So this is your second term?
Yes, this is my second term.
Now, when we move into that looking, I want to say historically, I'm thinking back.
Yes.
You done made history again.
Yes, I made history. The history with us integrating the schools, the history with me being the first African American female to be elected to the Chester County School Board of Trustees. And now the first elected African American female to serve as the chairman of the Chester County School Board of Trustees.
Ms. James, again, and during the interview, if you hear me call her Maggie,
that's fine.
She's not going to be upset.
I
don't want you to think I'm disrespecting her. We have a long relationship.
Girl Scout history. Mom was a Girl Scout.
Way back.
Way back.
But anyway, Ms. James, when we look at that, congratulations on your many accomplishments.
Thank you.
Not only have you done that in the political arena, we know you have walked down many trailblazing opportunities in other avenues in life. And for all of that, on not only behalf of the African American community, but on behalf of the Chestrian community,
yes,
we'd like to thank you.
Well, thank you. To God be the glory for everything that He has allowed me to do and to be here.
I got 3 minutes, and I want to get to some heat.
Okay, all right.
I want to get to some heat.
Oh, goodness. Get to the heat.
Let me get to some heat. Now, but before we do this, I'm gonna check with my producer. Steve, do we need to take a break or just... Steve said no, he wants us to continue on. So, Ms. James, when we think about the budget cuts, when we think about what's happening all over the country, we look at different states, the school boards, just cutting teachers, etc. I had the opportunity to talk to the school administrators about Chester County's budget situation. Where are we in the fiscal year coming up?
Well, we just had the first reading of our budget. Let me look at the camera. Okay. We just had the first reading of the Chester County School District budget. And we are right on target with what we have projected to have and to be able to use the funds. We are not looking at any layoffs. We were so gracious. I mean, the people in our district were so concerned about each other, the principals, the teachers, and just all the staff, that they were willing to take furlough days so that everyone would be able to keep their jobs. And that made a great impact on our budget.
So the earlier reports about possibly 40 positions being cut, not that it was erroneous, maybe a little premature.
Very premature.
Okay.
Very premature. And it just set off a wave of anxiety and panic across the school district. It has been a tumultuous year for all of our employees. And as you know, I just came back on the board on the end of January. I can't remember the date exactly.
That's another story. We'll get it.
That's an entirely different story. It was delayed. But anyway, so I can't even remember the date.
It was about the 20th of January.
Way late in January. I think the week before the end of January, or leading up to the 1st of February. It was almost February.
It was the last meting in the month of January that you were really put on the board.
That's right.
I think that was between you and I think Mr. Stringfellow on that particular race. And we had some discussions about that, so I was privy to that. But now when we talk about the upcoming school year, we even learned that the students per ratio may not increase. Or
that is correct.
So we heard that may be, so that's not going to be the case.
Well, I think it may increase.
But even at that, we're still going to have our teachers in place, so it won't be as much as it would have been previously.
No, and the class sizes are not going to increase the way it had been projected, that they would increase 30 to 1. That's not going to happen.
I think I was reading somewhere around in some of the reports I heard you say maybe 24, 25.
That's right. That is correct.
So we wanted to get that out. No budget cuts in Chester County. Well, we got budget cuts, but no layoff. Congratulations to the teachers, Maggie. I know the administrators, the staffs at the school, that made the decision easier on y'all with them working toward taking furloughs. I think, how many furlough days do you know?
The teachers are going to take 5, and the administration, because of the state law, they have to take double the number, so they will be taking 10.
Okay. Now, folks, this is a week of spring break. I was able to get in contact with Ms. James because at this particular time, a lot of talk is out in the community. It's just all over the place this morning, Ms. James. And I call Ms. James and say, Ms. James, no, let me be honest. Maggie, what's going on? I said, I need to talk to you. And you sit down and talk to us.